Guys, it's Reim here. Welcome back. This is chapter 14 part B, and this is also the last video in the series. So what we're left with is the Van Gelf run, which is going to be 2 sets of Van Gelfs. First, let's open this chest. It contains either essence or ghostfish. Now we're left with doing the Van Gelfs, and there's going to be 2 sets of Van Gelf fights coming up. Pretty much same old, just use Lunar 360 UTs, use your incendiary shurikens, especially for the flying Van Gelfs, and use them liberally. You can do as much as you want, you're not saving them for anything, you're not going to need them after this. And there's 2 missed on-landing UTs. Great job of demonstrating. Reason why I missed them is I didn't take into account the ground curving down. So you can see I'm jumping towards a flying Van Gelf, tossing an incendiary shuriken, get him down, and then we can OT him because the incendiary shuriken will delim him. Okay, there we go. More essence that I don't need anymore because there's no more Muramasa shops. Now there's more here. I can hear them flying in the background, and if you get too far away, they can also spawn behind you, so be a little bit careful. There was a missed OT, so I said, screw it, let's just toss incendiary shuriken. Now use this there's a curve here. Use it to your advantage to avoid the projectiles from the golden Van Gelfs there, because they can only shoot it straight. If you kind of go around the curve, they're not going to be able to hit you nearly as easily. Okay, by curve I mean you see how the hallway curves left and right. If you go back, it'll curve back away from the Van Gelf, the flying Van Gelf. And if you go forward, you can see there's another curve there. Use it to your advantage as much as possible, and you can help avoid seeing the projectiles, because the projectiles suck. They're really good at juggling you. And I can hear them running, so I'm kind of moving the camera because I can hear them running. I can't see where they are, but they apparently spawned a little bit further away from me. So again, I'm just going to use incendiary shurikens, take care of them. Missed OT again, kind of frustrating. I mean, you're not saving your incendiary shurikens for anything. They're no use after this fight, so just go ahead and use them. Okay, I think that's the end of this set. There's going to be another set coming up just after the cutscene coming right up. Okay, so the next fight is pretty simple. There's only a couple of them, and they spawn enough far away from you so you can just start charging a Lunar 360 UT. And again, XXY is a great method to take care of them, and you can always follow up with a OT. And that XXY actually killed him, and I got a free OT out of it. If you're right next to enemies as you kill them, just start matching Y real quick, and a lot of times you'll be able to get OTs out of them even though they're dead. So it's kind of useful for karma. Now you can see I've switched over to my scythe, and let's go take on Dagradai. Okay, so let's talk about how I fight Dagradai. He has several attacks. I usually only attack him with one when he does one of his attacks, and that's that lightning attack. I do jump XY with the scythe and over again. And for the Van Gelfs, I just take them out with my Inferno Nimpo. I plan on using most of my Nimpo here because it's going to be virtually worthless for you for the remaining boss gauntlet. So now I've got the Van Gelfs taken care of. He's doing his lightning bolt attack, and sometimes when I land, I do an on-landing Nimpo to take advantage of the iframes. You can see how much that jump XY hurts him. And again, I just did Nimpo to take advantage of the iframes again. And he's jumping up. I can get a little bit of hits. The time when you don't want to attack him is when he does his column of attacks. The black column's right there, and it's going to end with a white beam coming directly at you, right there. Way to avoid that, which I did a shitty job of showing, is you just dash jump around in a circle, and usually that last attack will miss. And that last attack with a white beam attack really hurts. So again, jump XY, dash away, jump XY. You're going to take a little bit of damage, but look how much damage I'm taking off of him. The ideal situation is all he does is spam his lightning attack, which he will do. You can see I've used a talisman, and I pretty much plan on using a talisman to restock my Nimpo, and goodbye Dagradai. So that's the way I attack him. I avoid all of his attacks, and I just wait for him to do his lightning attack, and then I do the scythe jump XY. Now this chest can give you a whole variety of stuff. I happen to get ghostfish with this chest. You can get yellow essence, you can get red essence, you can even get other items with it, but I actually got ghostfish. Okay, you can see I switched over to arrows where we can get preparation for the Archfiend version 1. And the Archfiend 1 is actually really easy. I'm going to show you a way to do him no hurt. Okay, the first thing you do is you start charging a bow UT and use auto aim. Just let the computer aim for you. As soon as you get that UT charged, you release it. And then as soon as you release it, dash jump to the left or to the right twice and do an on-landing charge again. And like I said, if you release it as soon as possible, he will never have a chance to attack you. But the whole key is releasing it as soon as you can. Sometimes you can even release it before you get hear the second explosion. You still get a UT out of it. So a few attacks and he's ready. You'll know when he's going to be going up because you won't see blood coming out of his mouth when you do your attack. So that's your cue that he's going to be ready. Jump up here and let's repeat it. Now watch him really closely right before I release my UT. You can actually see him get ready to do one of his few attacks. So that's why you don't have much time to waste with this on Master Ninja. On the easier difficulties, you do have more time. On Master Ninja, your timing has to be pretty good. But if you release it just as soon as you hear that explosion and you get your timing down, you should be able to do him taking no damage. Now, so the next part is just going to be tedium of me doing arrow UTs over and over again. I'm going to cut out most of it. I'm going to speed up a little bit so you can see some of his attacks here. And then I'm going to cut out most of it because it's going to be the same old, same old. Oh, let me quick show you when he's ready to actually release this UT. When he gets that left hand up onto that second ball up there, you see him kind of sag down just a little bit. That's when you can release it. And you can see it's kind of varying between hitting his head and hitting the orb. Just let the computer decide. Now you see he brought his head back just a little bit there. He was about ready to attack. And so I had just a split second of extra time to release my UT. The other thing to do is you make sure you hold block when he swings his tail around because he can actually take damage from that. If you're holding block, he'll break your guard if he hits you, but you won't take any damage. Okay, let's cut out most of the rest of the fight because it's the same thing over and over again. It's all about timing your UTs, release as soon as possible, dash jump to the left or right, do an on-landing charge again and release, and that should be all it takes for this Archfiend. Okay, now I've got him almost completely done. We just got a couple more attacks to do, and you can see right there with his right hand he's about ready to pound down with that attack, but I released my UT and I got him stunned. So like I said, this is just timing. Know your UT times, and there he is. Archfiend 1 down. Let's go into Archfiend Part 2. Okay.